disappearances case has been solved, no one's going to come after us for anything. Even without Silver standing guard, we can just completely... Why don't we stay and rest up here for a while? Even machines in Fontaine need to stop and recharge now and then. Oh, come on! This place isn't that bad. Besides, how often do we get to stay in an actual base? Oh, remember that detective story Paimon read before? Well, the author is about to release a new book, so Paimon wanted to buy it as soon as it came out and have a quiet place to read it. Yippee! Then it's agreed. Come on, let's get some sleep. We'll need to be up first thing in the morning to get in line. Paimon didn't expect that style at all. Even though it's a detective novel, it's also like a social documentary. No! Paimon just spends a bit more time sleeping than you, that's all.
Excuse me, but do you know if the Traveler and Paimon are lodging here?
Huh? Who are you? Paimon doesn't recall seeing you before. Wait.
A blonde traveler and a chatty little fairy. Phew, looks like I found the place. Good thing I asked the Spina di Rosula. Seems they sent me the right way.
Hey, what do you mean by chatty? Paimon's always careful not to talk too much.
It's an honor to meet you both. I was sent from the Palais Mermonia. Monsieur Neuvillette wishes to see you. It seems he has...
Neuvillette? He wants to see us again already? Huh. We talked so much the last...
I am not privy to the details. It would be best if you came to the Palais Mermonia.
If you said...
Now that I've delivered the message...
Thanks! We haven't left the room for a few days, so we'll head over...
Yes, I did send someone to fetch you. But as for what I'd like to discuss next... well, I still have some reservations.
Given that we've already made the trip here, you should just tell us. Bet you need us to help you with something, right?
I do indeed have something I'd like to ask you to do. However, you should wait until after I tell you the details, then decide for yourselves whether you'd like to help or not. The situation is... It has come to my attention that the Snezhnayan Harbinger known as the Knave wants a diplomatic meeting with you, correct? I heard that she was originally from Fontaine, but for her to suddenly arrive here and abruptly request such a meeting like this, I sincerely advise you to refuse her invitation. I'm sure you're aware that her purpose is most likely related to Child's recent predicament. We convicted one of the Snezhnayan Harbingers in a court of law, but we have yet to provide any form of detailed report on the matter. This does indeed provide an opportunity for Snezh. I believe we should adopt an evasive stance until we can provide a proper explanation and have a preliminary plan on how to deal with the matter.
No, we shouldn't. I think we should agree to...
Oh?
Well, you see, we are the ones that owe an explanation. If we keep putting off the meeting, it could easily result... It's like a fight between two friends. If they don't agree to see each other and talk in person, isn't it possible that the friendship could end in...
Though diplomatic relations between Fontaine and Snezhnaya could be considered as friendly, it is only superficially so. You wouldn't go so far as to say that our nations are friends, as you did in...
It was just an analogy.
Moreover, even if we were to talk in person, if we don't have sufficient information prepared, it is quite possible the result wouldn't be restored.
I don't think we should overthink those possibilities yet. even if the logic of the divine is not immediately apparent. Besides, you'll be at the meeting. If any
I must clarify that interacting and communicating with people outside of court is not my cup of tea. It seems you think too much of me. But more importantly, when did I agree to join the meeting with you?
You mean you won't come? No, that won't do. I can't go to the meeting alone. You have to accompany me.
Lady Farina, could there be something else regarding this matter that is being...
No, not at all. Look, I am the Hydro Archon of Fontaine, Focalor, the god of justice who is loved and adored. So I only hope that justice will be served in this matter. Don't overthink it. I'll go find...
Though it could officially be considered a diplomatic conference, I prefer to see our meeting today as an ordinary tea party. I assume you see it the same way, Miss Farina? Lady Farina?
Yes, that's right. Just like you said, a tea party. To make this tea party even more lively, I've invited...
It's a pleasure to meet you, Monsieur Neuvillette. I was born in Fontaine, so naturally, there's no need to introduce the nation's revered Eudex to...
Hello. The pleasure is also...
First, I would like to thank the two of you. I'm often away on business outside of Fontaine, and I'm told that the children of the House of the Hearth have been well taken care... Oh, I'm not referring to when my children, Linny and Lynette, were falsely accused by you. Please don't misunderstand. The children of the House of the Hearth are often misunderstood. Perhaps due to the reputation of the Fatui. There's no getting around. All I meant to say is that Fontaine has been stable in recent years. The people are well off and that is something truly worth cherishing.
Now then, you have come regarding the matter of child.
Well, yes. It appears the ever-busy Eudex Neuvillette doesn't wish to waste time with diplomatic pleasantries, and hopes, yes, as you surmised, understanding child's situation is indeed one of the as we are both diplomats from Snezhnaya, as well as Fatui harbingers, Child and I have always been colleagues. Were anything to happen in Fontaine, each of us would serve as the other's attorney to resolve. So now, in my capacity as his attorney, I request that Child be turned over to Snezhnaya. We have a responsibility to cooperate with Fontaine and resolve what has happened to him.
The rules governing attorneys only apply before a trial has concluded. Since a verdict has already been rendered, we see the case as settled. I apologize.
An outright refusal. Very well. I respect all the Okay. Why don't we... You don't need to transfer Child to us. I only request to enter the fortress of Meripede to... It's not like you couldn't even manage to fulfill a simple request.
About that.
The fortress of Meripede has always been completely autonomous. Even we have no authority to interfere there, and diplomatic issues do not suffice as an excuse. However, if you absolutely must confirm the situation of the harbor...
The knave showed up already? Well, Linny did say that Father will be returning soon. We didn't even know that Linny was from the House of the Hearth at the time. So we kinda overlooked that information.
Yes, thank you for your kind advice. I also noticed that Lady Farina acts a little odd and unnatural whenever I bring up matters related to the knave.
Could the knave be threatening Lady Farina?
If that were the case, then why wouldn't Lady Farina inform me? And what means could the knave possibly have to twist...
So maybe that's not very likely. Even though Farina...
In reality, this problem is even more thorny than it appears. According to reports from the fortress of Meripede, Child recently disappeared under mysterious circumstances. The details are still unclear. We cannot rule out an escape, but there have also been no reports of him outside of the fortress of Meripede. Special guards oversee the fortress, and its internal systems are extensive. Combined with the special characteristics of the surrounding terrain, an escape should not be possible. I was only willing to share this information with you because you are friends of Child, and it is my...
So this is what you wanted to...
Yes. I would like you to go. This was my proposal during our meeting with the Knave. Rather than allowing her to intervene, I offered to send... The Knave did not seem satisfied by my proposal, but she still agreed to go along with it for the time being. Her words were, "We will talk more once we have..."
So that means we bought ourselves some time.
Firstly, you're already acquainted with Child. Your eyes may discern relevant details there that others would miss. And secondly, is the consideration of the unique...
Isn't it just Fontaine's prison?
I would not define it so crudely. The Fortress of Meripede is not affiliated with the court system of Fontaine on paper. It has always existed as an autonomous entity. Early in Fontaine's, the Fortress of Meripede may seem like a prison, but it should in fact be regarded as a gathering place. For all we do is dispatch guards to keep watch and help maintain security. But we have no right to get involved with any other matters. Although I do have a personal relationship with the administrator there, neither myself nor the courts have the right to be directly involved with the investigation.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. That's why you need us to conduct our own investigation as a third party, right?
Correct. I will arrange false charges against you so that you may secretly investigate inside the fortress during your detention. So, are you two willing to accept my proposal?
Yeah, no matter how you look at it, it seems we're the best.
You two have my sincere thanks. This matter is of critical importance to Fontaine's current situation. We will rendezvous at the Fortress of Meripede's entrance on Erinius once you've prepared yourselves.
Prepared ourselves?
Perhaps you could enjoy a good meal and have a nice bath. I'm afraid that living...
Oh, right! Even though we'll be there on second thought, is it too late to back out?
Please do not worry. Since you are sacrificing both your time and quality, you will be compensated according to the highest standards permitted to legal staff.
Now that's more like it!
Are you leaving now? In that case, please take this cake as a token of my Oh, no need to thank me for it.
Take it easy.
I'll have that, and that. Oh, and one of those too. Ooh, and no Fanta, thank you. That cake was pretty good. But as soon as Paimon remembered that we're about... Now that Paimon thinks about it, we've always been super careful ever since we arrived in Fontaine. But here we are, about to willingly send ourselves off to the Fortress of Meripede. Let's just try our best to investigate everything quickly once we get there.
Oh, what is that I hear? Is it the taste of a breaking...
Hey! You can't hear a taste!
Oh, don't remind me. I invited an eyewitness to a case to eat here, and I was planning to get some great material out of him. But he didn't even show up. Calm down, calm down. This is nothing new. As a journalist, you should be used to this by now. As long as you can score some juicy tidbits from the Traveler, you might still be able to recover...
You know we can...
Never mind. It's nothing. I just heard you mention the Fortress of Meripede. You didn't commit a crime, did you?
No way! We would never! We're just going there to... Oh no, Paimon almost forgot that Neverlet told us to keep it a secret!
Huh? You're being a... Oh. But now that I think about it, I suppose that's not completely unreasonable. That's pretty despicable, almost as a...
You mean Paimon really did something that serious? sorry.
Well, in that case, it's nothing particularly newsworthy after all. Oh, right. There's still a chance. Since you're going to be at the...
About that,
it's nothing difficult. All you have to do is think of a way to get some time face-to-face. He was awarded the honorary title of Duke in Fontaine. Sounds really cool, huh? Only those who have made significant contributions to the nation have been conferred this. On top of that, the Fortress of Meripede has never been under the jurisdiction of the courts. Practically nobody, including journalists like me. Oh, if I could write an exclusive
you make it sound...
Of course. I wouldn't ask you to do it for free.
All right, you got a deal.
Then it's settled. The food should be here any second, right? Huh? Wait, just how much did you order?
Oh, I'm so full. Well... wait. Paimon just said something really ominous, didn't she?
Take it easy.
All right, Neverlet, we're ready.
You have come, just as promised. Yes, this is the one and only entrance to the Fortress of Meripede from Irenaeus. Careful. You may want...
Whoa! So you have to go down from here? Is the prison underwater?
Utilizing both the barrier of the water as well as the fear humans have of the depths, the Fortress of Meripede is naturally the perfect... But do not worry. It is not nearly as frightening inside as you may think.
Paimon hopes you're right.
Oh, and there's one more thing. I mentioned that I have had personal dealings with the administrator of the fortress, Wriothesley. He's a very...
Yeah, we heard about him too.
Correct. He is the highest-ranking manager of the underwater prison. Even though you are going there to investigate at my behest, it would behoove you to avoid any confrontation with him, or... The Duke rarely ever leaves the Fortress of Meripede, but that does not mean he is not privy to all that is happening inside and outside the fortress. He is quiet. All right.
Don't worry,
Good.
I'm here, Monsieur Nervalet. These two are the newest. Please follow me, you two. I'll process your paperwork.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Are we already underwater now? Huh. So this is what it feels like to be a criminal in Fontaine.
You two seem to be taking this pretty well. It's rare to see convicts in such a good mood. Monsieur Nervalet personally requested I escort these two convicts. I suppose he was concerned others might not be up to...
Well now, aren't you the lucky one? Must be nice to be on good terms with the big shot.
Well, have you tried service with a smile? Who knows?
Yeah, right. As if. Every criminal comes through here looking miserable. How can I even if I did smile at them, the convicts would probably just think that I'm some freak getting some kind of twisted and—
Oh, she's got a...
Well, I've finished transferring you. You two will register here.
Yep. Okay, let me see.
That would be it.
Let me confirm your charges and sentence. Eating a cake specially prepared for the Archon by a Snezhnayan envoy without the Archon's permission, thereby incapacitating the political center of Fontaine for a brief period.
Huh? Wait.
Just looking at the charges, it seems and considering how fond Lady Furina is of sweets, this crime is tantamount to trying to assassinate the Hydro Archon herself. Now I've seen everything. Anyway, please stand in front of the board over—
Oh, all right.
And we're done. Thank you for your cooperation. Next, someone will be along to guide you inside the fortress. Please be—
Huh? Rebirth?
You two are the new inmates, right? Follow.
Oh, okay.
Save it. Not like I'll
So, are you one of the guards here? Did...
Why should I tell you anything? What's in it for me? This is exactly why I can't stand you fish. I wouldn't even be doing this if it weren't for the credit coupons.
Credit coupon?
Alright, seeing as you're not the annoying kind that's getting dragged in here crying and blubbering, I guess I can tell you a few things. Mora means nothing here. Here, we use credit coupons. Coupons can get you almost anything in the Fortress of Meripede. Desires? Fulfilled. You want power? No.
So, credit coupons are a...
It's not as simple as that. Like Moret said, everyone, no matter how much money or power you had before, it means nothing once you set foot inside the Fortress of Meripede. You have to start over. Everyone starts from the same place, and you have a chance at a new I guess that's the real purpose of the coupons. And this is also exactly why so many criminals choose not to return to the outside world, even after.
Oh, so that's what the Fortress of Meripede is like. Huh.
It certainly ain't all sunshine and roses here, but it's also not the worst place to be. You'd better take a good look at the scenery now. It'll be after being away from the sunlight for so long, even the terrifying depths of the sea start to feel like home. Oh, I'm actually an inmate like you two. Welcoming newcomers is a job I've picked up to earn some extra coupons.
Why aren't you answering?
I've told you enough for free. Any more in—
So all you care about is more...
Almost there. It's down through here.
Huh?
Take it easy.
It's like a metaphor for your previous life, isn't it?
Our lives. So this is the actual entrance to the fort? Huh. It looks like there are other new arrivals, too. Oh, they sure don't look happy. Maybe we look too relaxed. Oh, right. We're on someone else's territory now. If we're discovered, even Neuvillette might not be able to rescue us. Hey! Don't scare Paimon!
Look, I don't really know you, and I have no idea what kind of crime you committed, but you wouldn't have happened to anger someone important, did you?
Someone important?
Now's not the time to worry about that. Anyway, it's over there, so you just go on over there.
What was that all about? Wait a second. Are there usually so many garter mechs around here? They're already onto us?
Prisoners numbers 7459 and 7560. Welcome. Oh, no need to be anxious. These Gardamex aren't here to attack you. In fact, they're here when I heard that you were friends of Monsieur Neuvillette.
Wait, you know about him?
The seafloor isn't as cut off from the world as you might imagine. However, I'm afraid that I know nothing more than that you are friends of the UDEC. And as you can see, committing a crime means being sentenced here, even if you're friends with the Chief Justice.
The Duke! Greetings, Your Grace!
Oh, greetings, my good fellow. Well, I'm willing to imagine that the weather is as good outside the sea as you say it is. How great it would have been if only the Fortress of Meripede had been built on the coast, huh? It would have been so convenient.
My profuse apologies.
So this is the Duke. He sure looks a lot...
The Traveler and Paimon, correct? Mr. Deacon here was responsible for your welcome. Outstanding. Well, Deacon, I recall we discussed fate during our last work meeting, I believe that fate will reward all the... When you return to your bunk, you'll find the guards have issued some extra credit.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Your Grace. Oh, and you too. I can't believe you gave me...
Well, I believe that concludes the introductions. We've already taken enough time here.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take my...
Please, follow me. To make you feel more welcome, I'll show you around the various facilities of the Fortress of Meripede.
He's going to personally give us a cure? Huh. No wonder Charlotte's so interested in him. He's one of those mysterious types.
Take it easy.
There's no need to be so reserved. The label of criminal is nothing but one of many identities. And being criminally inclined here at the Fortress is just...
Is it really okay for the warden to think like that? We're real criminals, you know.
Well, then maybe you'll be able to carve out a name and a place for yourselves in this... But before you go in swinging, please remember that in the Fortress of Meripede, it's better to not cause trouble. Now, we've arrived at a very important place. The Coupon Cafeteria. You can come...
Welfare mule? You mean...
That's right. Criminals are essential to fortress operations, so we must guarantee that they at least have the basic...
But that's not how it was. Back in the day, it cost you reward coupons just to get a cup of water for fish like you who just arrived with nothing. You'd have to go to work hungry until you earned enough coupons. It was only after His Grace became the administrator that we got the free meal. Now everyone gets a square meal every day, even no-good slackers who've never picked up a wrench in their whole lives. Nobody starves to death here.
In the Fortress of Meripede, credit coupons are the only currency, and everything must be purchased. In some sense, you could say using the coupon, but trade is always conducted by people. So if we want trade here to prosper, we need everyone to work hard. If nobody could even afford a meal, then the whole fortress would be up in arms. And that would only make things more difficult for... So, rather than saying that we're giving everyone a free meal here, you should say that everyone's hard work has improved.
Your Grace's reasoning is correct, but whatever the case, hard work is rewarded here. You'd be...
Right! Oh, wait, no. We shouldn't drop our guard so quickly. But it seems the inmates really respect the Duke because of his attitude, right?
Let's continue this way.
Take it easy.
This place is known as the Pancration Ring. Sometimes we have criminals who have more energy than they know what to do with. Their daily work alone isn't enough of an outlet for them. So, instead of leaving them to their own devices, we've provided them with this dedicated venue. This way, nobody will get involved unless they want to be.
Pancration matches? And you can earn extra coupons.
But I must warn you that your sentence will be extended if you fail to restrain yourself and end up seriously injuring or killing your opponent.
So, did you...
No, actually. I just granted approval for the organizer to use this area to build the ring, and I collect a portion of the... Of course, the fees are all...
Oh. You...
Sure. Ensuring personal safety, maintaining the arena, and resolving any conflicts that arise. Why?
Oh, no.
A reasonable guess.
Oh, you hear that? Paimon has...
That is something you can discuss between yourselves later. Let's move on for now.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
You're great.
What time indeed? Time waits for no one.
Jeez. That guy's so...
These are the dormitories, which is where inmates sleep. The guards will inform you where your bunk is later. In the Fortress of Meripede, criminals usually spend most of their time in either the production zone or the sleeping area.
The production zone?
Not necessarily. Though working in the production zone is the most reliable way to earn credit coupons. If you have other skills, you can skip your shifts to earn them in other ways.
Wow. Wait, you're the manager of this place? And you're just telling us to our faces that it's okay to skip work?
The fact that the Fortress of Meripede has continued operating completely autonomously is proof enough that most people are willing to work honestly and earn a stable income. As for what we produce, many of the clockwork machines seen all over Fontaine originate from our workshop. Therefore, the Fortress of Meripede is not only a place where criminals serve their sentences. There's no need for me to get into specifics about the production process now. You'll experience it all firsthand when you report for work. Let's move on. The tour continues over this way.
You really scared me there. I didn't expect to see you here.
The only thing you should be seeing is the work in front of you. Stay focused. Oh, is...
It's nothing. Paimon's just worried about...
Take it easy.
Your Grace? What are you doing in the infirmary at a time like this?
Not yet, unfortunately for you. But thank you for your...
Then you must...
Allow me to introduce you. This is the infirmary, and Sigewinne here is the Fortress of Meripede's head nurse.
Hello, new faces. They call me the head nurse, but I actually handle all the...
Since you seem to have some rare downtime with no patients, perhaps you...
Oh, then these two must be some important convicts.
Thank you. Your presence will be the pièce de...
Oh, so the tour part is...
I believe I've already covered the primary aspects of life here in the fortress. As for your work, there'll be someone else to guide you through the detail. I seldom conduct tours, so why don't you just...
well...
Then let's head back to the coupon.
You should at least try to be excited. Our free...
Take it easy. Take it easy.
What do you think of the food? Wow, it looks delicious! Neverlet made it sound like living conditions in the Fortress of Meripede wasn't very good. Who would have guessed that criminals get to eat Oh, isn't that the meal box that only super lucky people manage to draw?
It actually has nothing to do with luck in this case. I had a word with Wolsey, so you didn't have to draw lots like everyone.
Oh, yes. What you get to eat depends completely on your luck. You could say that it's a distasteful little game that Chef Wolsey likes to play here. Paimon knew it! If criminals got to eat tasty food... Excuse me, did I hear you mention Nervulette just now? I've been wondering how he's doing. He seems healthy no matter how you look at him. But he would...
Sounds like he hasn't changed a bit. Looks like you can stop worrying so...
Oh, that's good. But I still feel like it's been too long.
No news is good news. Maybe next time I've got something to discuss with him, I can invite you to...
But isn't the Fortress of Meripede...
Well, we provide all kinds of mechanical products for official use, and some essential goods have to be obtained from the overworld, so we naturally have to stay in touch about this and that. Monsieur Neuvillette's character is unimpeachable. No matter the question, you can discuss it openly and freely with him. In light of that, I am, in fact, right now, I'm treating you two as guests invited by Monsieur Neuvillette. But unfortunately, I can only do so until the end of this meeting. After this, you two will just be inmates here. You're very welcome. Well, your new life... Oh.
Traveler and Paimon, right? Listen up. As new inmates, the only thing you need to worry about is what to do and when to do it. Don't make your bunks are right over there. Follow me.
So this is where we'll be sleeping from now on. Oh, Paimon can't believe this! By the way, Traveler, we saw a lot of things. Even though the Duke didn't say it too directly, judging from what he said at the end, it seems that he was only welcoming because we are criminals. And Paimon did eat that cake. Is it possible that he knows we're here on a mission? Or is Paimon overthinking things? Yeah, Paimon thinks so too. He probably knew why we came here from the very beginning, and it may be something like, "Hey, I have my eyes on you." Yeah, you're right. It's not like we can go back to Neuvillette empty-handed and say, And besides, so we at least need to try. But, you mean... Yeah, that's what Paimon was thinking. Fortunately, based on his attitude, it looks like the Duke... We worked so hard to help clear Linny and Lynette's names, and yet we turn around... Oh, right! Linny and Lynette are from the House of the Hearth. They work for the Knave, so they could be here to investigate, too! Huh? Oh, it's a... It looks like a magician's prop. Lenny must have left it here. It was nice to bump into you again. What in the world? It's written like he's greeting a buddy on the street. Paimon thought he'd write something up. If you say so, we can... Hey, you're finally awake! Well, it's Paimon's first day as a prisoner. Last night, Paimon dreamed about getting interrogated by the guards until Paimon told them everything, and then Paimon woke up. Hey, come on! It's just a dream!
Hey, lazy bones. What are you still doing here? If you don't want to starve, then get yourselves over...
Sorry!
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Time to go. Ah, you must be the catch of the day. Looks like you've got...
Yep, we just arrived yesterday.
Don't interrupt me when I'm...
Yes, sir.
Listen carefully to my instructions. I don't want any mishaps. Every machine here is worth more than the both of you. Working around these machines can be very dangerous. Do your job well, and you can eat in the cafeteria after your shift. Get sloppy, and you dine in the... Anyway, the Fortress of Meropide doesn't want to lose a single one of its machines. And it also...
Got it!
Your job is to use the machine over there to process... Watch carefully, and make sure you step on the pedal at the right time. If the machine gets jammed, then give it a little maintenance with your... Here, take this. Bring me the process widgets, and I'll give you some credit coupon.
Once the widget is hot enough to glow, jump to step on the pedal and hit the widget with... So if the machine gets jammed, you just need to attack it to fix the problem.
Bring me the process... Bring me the process... So
if the machine gets jammed, you just need to attack it to fix the problem. Once the widget is hot enough to glow, jump to step on the pedal and hit the widget with the hammer.
This one is tolerable. Though, since the processing is done by machine... Alright, I'll pass you for now. And we'll count up how...
Paimon's exhausted. He probably just... Lenny? Mr. Magician? Where are you? Oh, this had better not be... He doesn't seem to be around here. Let's try looking somewhere else.
Take it easy.
it easy.
Hey, over here. Oh, you scare so easily now? Is there something...
You little... The only thing we're worried about was
Sorry.
Oh, Lynette! You're here too! You two really are inseparable.
That's right. My brother simply can't stand to be away from me.
It's not just Lynette. Fremine is also here.
Oh, you mean that diver from the House of the... Now hurry up and tell us. How did you end up as criminals this time? We fought so hard at court to prove you were innocent, but now it looks like our incredible court battle was for nothing!
Sadly, even the teeniest of things can land you in prison these days. I put together a street performance and used the popularity we gained from the Opera House incident to attract...
And then...
Next, I invited several audience members to participate in the show. And then, with the entire
My brother was charged with theft, and I was charged as his accomplice.
It really isn't that bad. The missing wallets are all in the leftmost drawer of the Maison Gardiennage's big filing cabinet. We just need to see how long...
Yep, we should be released then.
In terms of the magic trick itself, I think the performance...
Leave it to Lenny to magic himself into prison.
Indeed. Last time I hid my identity from you, I promised that I'd tell you absolutely everything if you were angry about it. So I don't plan on keeping anything from you this time either. At the moment, the House of the Hearth's interests don't conflict with yours at all. We were instructed by the father of our house, the Knave, to come here and conduct an investigation.
Told you so!
As for what we're investigating, perhaps you haven't heard, but the fortress of... Some even say that the entire fortress exists just to protect it. The House of the Hearth has been investigating this for a very long time, trying to uncover its mystery. But recently, all of our informants, including the ones that had infiltrated the guards, suddenly vanished and have not been heard from since. We believe that this is a direct provocation, and it's the reason why we came here. Father has somehow managed to confirm that Focalors does not have Fontaine's Gnosis.
Huh? How did she manage to learn?
Father has her ways. Many of them are beyond our imagination, and we've never had the chance to see her at work. But
it was this information that led us to suspect that Fontaine's Gnosis might be in the fortress of Meripede and is related to that secret.
So it's all about the no...
Well, that's about it from our side. How about you two?
Bingo! The Knave has been applying a lot of pressure. She wants to know what happened to Childs. Traveler, are we allowed to tell them?
You don't need to worry too much about that. She's just asking for a report on Master Child's predicament as a means of pressuring you. Father used this situation as a pretext to negotiate with two high-ranking officials in the court of Fontaine. She actually just wants to be able to make concessions on this matter for gains elsewhere.
Sometimes you need an excuse to do things you otherwise couldn't. And a harbinger is more valuable than you might imagine.
Of course, it's not a complete farce. If we do manage to find out what happened to Master Child too, then diplomatic relations with Fontaine could improve, and Snezhnaya might even be able to adjust its stance a bit.
Is it just Paimon? Or does it feel like we're the only ones who actually care about Child's situation? The relationship between...
I wouldn't go that far. Father just has different standards than we do when it comes to what can be sacrificed for an advantage. Even though we have different objectives, we're both here to investigate the fortress of Meripede. As you know, the House of the Hearth has many reasons to seek the Gnosis, but our highest priority remains resolving the prophesized crisis.
See, I told you.
Is that so?
Lenny seems to be thinking pretty hard about...
Of course he is. Lenny has been looking forward to a chance to reach an understanding with you ever since last we met. Or, I should say, we were really looking forward to teaming up with you this time.
Lynette, just tell them everything, why...
It's okay to open up a little.
Very prudent of you, and consistent with your behavior since we first met. That's reasonable enough, and I agreed to cooperate on these terms as well. I was prepared for the worst, but you were actually more agreeable than I anticipated. All right, then. Since Lynette and I arrived here, our investigation uncovered the fact that the Fortress of Meripede has a forbidden zone. Most people just clammed up and wouldn't talk, but after asking the right questions, we were able to confirm the existence of the forbidden zone from the guards. You should be aware of that while you're investigating.
A forbidden zone? Could that be where the child disappeared to?
Good. That's the most suspicious thing about the fortress that we know of so far. We have a few other unanswered questions, and we'll be investigating those as quickly as we can. Anyway, I hope you've... Oh, look at the time. You two must be hungry. You should go to the coupon cafeteria and get something to eat.
Oh, that's just what Paimon wanted to hear! Paimon's starved! Oh, he wasn't kidding. Today's meal is nowhere near as good as last time. Oh, who knows how long it'll be until we're lucky enough. Forget about it then. We'll just deal with... But life here doesn't seem all that bad.
You think so, mate? If I had a coupon for every fish you said. Seems you fishies still haven't learned your lessons from your life up on this. If you take things at face value, then by the time you reach a dead end, you won't even know how you ended up on that road in the first place. I like your attitude. Everyone's been telling you to just follow the rules, and not what they don't tell you is that the rules aren't exactly what they pretend to be. The truth is, not everyone knows about those rules, but whether you know them or not, once you break one, you might encounter something even...
Really? Oh.
Of course.
Oh, you mean that if there really are hidden rules, then Child's disappearance might have some... in that case, would you tell us some hidden...
Come on, mate. This is valuable information. The difference between life and death.
Paimon understands.
Yeah, I know. Not like I'm going anywhere. Moreover, you're new fish. Freshly caught. And completely out of your element. What'd be the point in even telling you anything before you've gotten a handle on your new lives? Come and find me once you've been here longer. I'm usually around the rag and bone shop.
He left. Just like that. Huh. Do you think he's just trying to scare us into buying fake information from him? Yeah. It might be a good place, but like he said, we don't have any coupons, and we're still not familiar with the... We were so busy talking, we almost forgot to eat.
Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy.
So Paimon just confirmed with the guards that our shift is set for every morning, and we're free to do whatever we want all after. But it seems like most of the other inmates choose to continue working through the Oh, and they also said that you can use coupons to skip work in the morning and free up your time. They weren't kidding. Credit coupons... Paimon's so tired. And we'll need... Nighty-night... that even possible? Unless... Child's vision! So you had it with you this whole time? Maybe the vision connected Child's consciousness to yours. And our investigation has its first major breakthrough! So what did you see in the dream? Do you know where Child went? Huh. What's more important now is that it's the start of an... What's the plan for today? Let's go! It's time to start working. If that guard Fielding catches us skulking about...
Look who decided to show up. Get your butts in gear and get to work. Time's a-wasting. Good, here you go. Remember to give me the widget once you...
I'm on speed. But after so many shifts, it seems we're really getting the hang of it now.
Hey there, fellow shiftmates. I saw you finished your work, so I thought I'd come...
Oh, hey there!
That's right. The name's Rowan. This past few days, I couldn't help but notice the new faces working nearby. I've been working here for almost 15 years. Even the foreman, Grainville, always calls me Chief.
Whoa, you've been working here a lot.
If there's anything you'd like to know, just ask me. I know the work here in the production zone better than...
All right, Chief. We'll be sure to come to you first.
Did you just ask about... Pretty sharp for newcomers. You've already heard about the rules, huh? Who'd you hear it from? All right. Seeing as I'm the one who came over here, you're already calling me Chief. I guess I can tell you a little. Truth is, you two keep working like this, you might be putting yourselves in danger.
Huh? Wait, there's even a rule about that?
Well, it's usually not that easy to break one on accident. The conditions of the hidden rules are usually pretty specific. But once you do break one, if you work continuously in the production zone for 3 days, and if all you do besides eating and sleeping is just work, then something bad will happen during lunch on the third...
Huh? Like what?
If I knew that, then I wouldn't be standing here talking to you.
You mean, even you?
There's actually a legend about this rule. They say that there was a worker who worked way harder than me. He was both efficient and eager on the job, and most other workers couldn't hold a can. One time, he tried to test his limits and worked as long as he could. Then during lunch, he disappeared into thin air, as if he'd evaporated. Later, some people went and asked some of his past friends about him, but they said,
What the? How could that happen?
unfortunately, we were assigned different production zones.
Wait, are you thinking that it... Huh?
Oh? You... Listen, kid. This ain't the kind of thing you should be curious about. Let me tell you, you're better off forgetting it.
Yeah, I agree with Chief here. Do you really want to... Whoa! Isn't this the... Paimon's gonna take her time and savor... What would you like to do this after... Let's go!
Look who decided to show up. Get your butts in gear and get to work. Time's a-wasting. Good, here you go. Why aren't you allowed to working? And don't go walking around with the widget. Let me have a look. Hmm.
Maybe we... What do you have planned for us? Let's go! Credit...
Look who decided to show up. Get your butts in gear and get to work. Time's a-wasting. Oh? What's with suddenly wanting to work so hard?
Sure. Let's just sit... Nice! We... Ooh, Paimon's had it. That's it. Paimon doesn't even have the energy to talk anymore. Oh, Paimon's exhausted. Wait a sec. Now that Paimon thinks about it, oh, Paimon feels a shit, but it doesn't seem like anything's changed at all. And we made it to the coupon. Are the so-called hidden rules only a rumor after all? Well, there's... Paimon wonders what we'll get... Wait, what? What in the world is this? What's with Paimon's food? And yours is this stuff meat? But it looks and feels so bizarre. What kind of chef would make food? What do you think is going on? Is this the bad thing that Rowan was talking about? No, stop right there. Paimon gets what you mean. Just hey, isn't that Woolsey over there? He must have made the food, right? So hey, Woolsey, have a moment?
What is it? I'm about to go report the numbers for today's free meal, so you'd better...
It's about the meat.
The meat? Oh, that. Looks perfectly fine to me. Totally normal. You'd better hurry up and check...
How could that... what should we do now? Woolsey wouldn't even give us the time of day. Is he trying to hide something? Yeah, looks like we have no other choice. Paimon... What would you like to do this after... Yeah, Paimon felt like some of the people...
Time to go.
Oh,
No need to...
sorry. I couldn't help but think of His Grace once I saw you, and, oh, it's hard to say. Maybe I am. He's got a very overwhelming presence. It makes...
Wait.
Oh, I'm always indecisive, and I tend to make a mess of things. It's like a reflex. I just instantly start to tense up the moment I... What? Please, don't say anything like that out loud.
Take it easy.
I was injured a bit just now. Nothing major. I think I just pulled something. A little mishap.
Huh. Paimon wouldn't have thought someone as experienced.
I just knew you would say that. This is pretty embarrassing. Where is Siegewein when you need her anyway?
Oh, you mean she wasn't in—
Yeah. The rumors say that there's never anybody in the infirmary in the half hour before lunch, and nobody knows where Siege.
Huh. That's actually really strange. Siegewein's— oh.
Forget it. I can take care of a small sprain like this on my own anyway.
Oh, wonderful. I was worried that you'd be busy trying to earn reward coupons all the time, but it seems like you haven't neglected your—
Paimon likes having more coupons, but have you also been investigating—
No, I was just slacking off, and you happened to catch me. My brother is still obsessed with anything remotely related to the Forbidden Zone. But, oh, before I forget.
Huh? Credit coupons?
I've been here longer than you. Coupons aren't a resource in particularly short supply. What is in short supply are interesting people to talk with.
Aw, that's so nice of you, Lid— Hey, look! There's something here! That suspicious guy peeking into the infirmary just now. He must have dropped this. The Melusine perceive the world very different. As a result, their sense of aesthetics and beauty is also— Whoa! This all sounds pretty serious. And as for the note—
Take it easy.
Everyone by my— Huh. Bet they couldn't wait for—
Hey, it's the Traveler and... No need to Listen, I feel ashamed about last time. Thank you for praising me in front of His Grace. Here are the extra credit coupons he gave me.
Huh? No.
But when I was welcoming you, I didn't do any... Come on, I insist. These coupons are nothing compared to getting the attention of His Grace.
Time to go. A fateful offering. Then what the blazes are you doing here? Your time would be better spent earning...
Siegewein? Aren't you supposed to be in the— Hello, Traveler. Everyone Archon's usually busy around now, and we don't have any patients to look after. Enjoy? It's really worth watching. I often stand here and observe everyone. Are you talking about pets or people? Oh, I can see why you think that, but you shouldn't jump to... See, we Melazines are a different species, and we see the world very differently from humans. It's very easy for me to observe everyone's condition. All it takes... Wait! Melazine? Yes, take care of your body. We'll definitely...
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Oh, you want to stop? Okay, you should rest up. So after working a few days straight, we got some Has our investigation turned up anything useful recently? Really? Well, we'll keep... What do you have planned? After working here so long, we're real... But doing the same thing all the time can get old pretty... Yeah, it's good. Garbage. Oop. What would you like to do this afternoon? Knowing Child, he must have been there all...
Oh, you must be the Traveler, huh? Sorry, mate, but competitors as strong as you are prohibited from participating. I don't make the rules, mind you, but I was given very specific instructions. Even convicts value their lives, don't they? But we have a game here that'll let you show off your strength, and you'll even earn some...
And if we lose the game...
Of course. That's the cruel reality facing every competitor in a place like the... Okay, great. The targets in front of you will pop up one after another. You'll need to hit the targets in the same order that they popped up. If you can complete a few rounds, the second you mess up the order, you'll lose. The game costs 300 credit coupons to have it go. So, thanks for your patronage.
Okay, do your best to hit the targets, just like Colin said.
Your strength really shouldn't be underestimated. Now I get why you're prohibited from participating. Nobody who values their life would be willing to get in the ring with you. However, you two haven't tried betting on the outcome. Just go talk to Rusimov. What?
But we don't know.
That's normal. Just watch a few matches and...
He's got a point. Why don't we give it a try?
Bet at random, huh? Well, how should I put it? It's not like you can't do that, but I'd advise you to give it some more thought first.
Huh? We shouldn't get too...
What? I never even picked a boxer before, and you already know about the rules? You're not just strong fighters. Seems you're pretty perceptive. Might as well tell you about it, since you already know that much. Plus, I think you've got the potential to be one of my greatest customers. Besides, I don't want to risk ever losing a customer. Okay. The hidden rule here is, if you buy both boxers' tickets and support them, something bad will happen.
So the rule is that we shouldn't pick both boxers in the same fight. But if anyone actually did that, wouldn't they be guaranteed? And what do you mean?
How would I know? But I've heard a story. According to the rumor, there was a masked boxer who possessed incredible skill and power. However, in the final match, the organizers told him, and after that, he was never seen again. Some say he died. In his eyes, supporting both boxers in a match would dishonor the
So you mean it's like a curse?
No, he was always wearing a mask.
Traveler, do you think that boxer was... Huh?
You're not serious. Look, here I was just trying to be nice.
Yeah, it sounds pretty scary to Paimon.
Betting on both fighters will set you back about 3,000 credit coupons. If you...
Seems we had a productive day. Oh, Paimon doesn't want to get up. What do you have planned for... After working here, but doing the same... Yeah. Oh, just a regular... What would you like to do this afternoon? Sure, if we're not going...
Are you two here to buy tickets? Better be quick about it.
Who are the boxers and the...
We have the reigning champ.
Are those their names?
Since you're new around here, I'll help you out and give you a little suggestion. Even though the Grappler is the crowd favorite, Demon Horde is a first-class... Anyway, for this match, Huh? I can tell you're new to this, but maybe you don't quite understand the rules, no?
Oh, no need.
All right then, if you're absolutely sure.
Yeah, we got... Oh, looks like we won't get a chance to sleep in as long as we're here.
Hey, Traveler, Paimon. Package here for you. The next time you buy something, go pick it up yourself. I'm not a delivery man, you know.
Huh? A package? For us? Did you buy something, Traveler? Paimon's not quite awake yet, so why don't you go take a look? All we broke the hidden rule and bought tickets for both boxers. Oh, maybe this... Paimon suddenly feels wide awake. Wait, maybe let Paimon go hide somewhere first. Hey, wait! Paimon's still here! Don't open it! Ah! Huh? What is it? Oh, it's just a small bottle. But the color of the liquid inside looks so wrong. Almost like... Alright, that's enough of that. No need to say it out loud. Paimon already knows what you're trying to say. Ugh, no way. Get that stuff away from Paimon. Paimon thinks we shouldn't open the bottle until we figured out... What do you have planned for... Though it feels...
If there's no way to...
who are you?
I'm not! Of course I'm not.
Then what are...
I'm a promoter for Fontico, and I'm usually responsible for promoting our drink products.
Oh, a promoter from...
After discussing the company's promotional plan, however, in light of our long history of successful collaboration, I still tried to patiently explain the details. Let me take a moment and recall his exact words. I'm just gonna stop you there and say no. If anything, I'm saving you time. It seems you don't fully understand the value of credit coupons here, nor do you understand the value of your own products. The former is because you are from the overworld. That's understandable, and I don't blame you for that. But as for the latter, only someone monumentally stupid, so breathtakingly stupid, that they were completely ignorant of the value of credit coupons, despite living in the underworld, would ever possibly consider buying your drink. Anyway, that's how he rejected my proposal and asked me to come up with another solution with the condition that it doesn't cause any trouble for him.
Well, he is the head honcho here. Not much you can do about that. We met it too and could tell...
Fine. I know, I should just let it go.
I heard you crazy fools really did it. You bought tickets to support both fighters, didn't ya?
Well, the next day we received a mysterious package.
So it is real. You didn't become cursed or anything like that, did ya? Are you both still okay?
Paimon's not sure. What do you... Oh, okay.
Yeah, you two don't seem to have changed at all. But I wouldn't let your guard down just yet. Still, I didn't expect you would actually do it. You'd actually throw away coupons like that just to satisfy your curiosity?
Even if we bought tickets like everybody else, it's not like we could hope to earn any... When it comes to things like this, it's always the organizer who makes the real...
Hey, just what are you trying to imply? The Pancration Ring is an honest business, and we really don't make much from selling tickets. We make so little that even the current tournaments can only be held thanks to funding from the producer of
Oh, so it's the company that manufactures Fonta sponsoring the events? Paimon thought all of this...
Let's just say it's a mutually beneficial arrangement. They reached out to us first, hoping to promote Fonta products in the Fortress of Merit. Anyway, you try and take extra...
Time to go.
Oh, it's you.
Into the wind.
Hey, what if... maybe not. Every page has the Fontaco symbol on it. Maybe it's some flyer... okay. Oh, you're right. Guess there's nothing to worry about then. Let Paimon have a look here. Without assistance from the Fontaine Research Institute, development of the new product has been slow. And so we have no choice but to let the new product undergo the first phase of promotional trials. We have decided to only conduct... Sure doesn't seem like anything unusual. The company is just trying to develop... let's put these papers back where we found... All right, but remember that we bought this time with coupons, so let's make better use of it. What is this garbage? Ugh. What would you like to do this after? After working here, but doing this... Yeah. A mysterious... Do you have any ideas, Traveler? Really? Well... Okay, so we'd better pick up the pace with our investigation, otherwise we'll never get anywhere. Yeah, let's skip work... Vidoc over there? Huh. Is it just...
Ah. Seeing you at this time must mean you've already saved up a lot of credit coupons. Or at least enough to skip work. Seems you're getting into this. Impressive.
So, now can you tell...
If that's what you want to know.
Huh?
Leonid and those other pesky broke urchins have all gone to work in the production zone. I wouldn't want them listening in without paying up.
We get it!
So, you know those pipes that make strange sounds? Don't ever, ever go near them at night. Even if you manage to avoid the guards.
Something even more terrible.
A group of
Cannibals?
Every month, they meet a few times in the dead of night. Rumor has it they might be connected to the people that have But what's even scarier is that they have a special... Since they have no way to dispose of the leftover remains, they have ways to transform them into other forms.
Paimon might already know what you mean by other forms. So that's what's going on here.
You two look pretty skeptical. I've got things to do too. I suggest you just...
Traveler, can we just trust him on this one? Oh, so that's how you see this. When will all the secrets... Vidoc isn't here. But the guys who went to work in the morning are back. What?
Just stay...
What? What are you saying? You shouldn't go around saying...
Time to go.
What are you talking about?
Their attitude sure is suspicious. Like they're trying to avoid us. But if they're being so obvious about acting... Oh, this is all getting way too creepy for Paimon. So you mean we still need to Fielding?
What do you want? Criminals like you ought to be working right now. Catch my drift.
We just want to ask you a simple question. Have you ever discovered anything odd during your night?
Why are you asking about something like that? Whatever happens at night isn't your concern. All you need to worry about is getting enough sleep.
Right. We've heard it happens a few times every month. Paimon has sensitive...
Really? I see. But it's not like I'm on duty. And now that you mention it, I recall my colleagues talking about something like that before. They say that strange things tend to happen at night on pipe cleaning days. Lots of us don't willingly take those shifts.
So, what happens?
They just conduct regular cleaning of the fortress's drainage facilities. There are 3 pipe cleaning days per month, and it just so happens that today is one of the scheduled days. You can try to confirm the sounds tonight if you want, and if they're real, then I can report the issue to my superior.
Oh, okay. Then
If that's all, then I'll be leaving now. I advise you not to try anything funny, though. Even if I'm not on duty tonight, someone will.
Don't worry, we don't want to... Oh, he left. So what do you think about the pipe cleaning days he mentioned? Right, both are a possibility. But Paimon knew you would say that.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Oh, Paimon's so tired. But we can't sleep yet. They'll be cleaning the pipes tonight, so it's the perfect chance for us to investigate. What? Huh? Traveler? Did you fall asleep already? Well, it's about time for us to get moving. This should be the place.
What? I know you. You were the ones we...
Huh. You've got guts showing up here. You know...
You'd better leave now. Ain't nobody coming here to say...
What you say? Yeah, so what if they were? If you push us, we can make those rumors a reality.
Hey, what's the point of all those rumors anyway?
I don't have to tell you anything. If you turn around, go back to the dormitories and act like you never saw anything, then I'll pretend that you never showed.
Yeah, scram. Nothing worth seeing here. Huh? What did you say?
Isn't that exactly what Boss said when he left?
Hey, do you know our boss? Whoa. We had no idea our boss was such a big deal. So, did he have you come?
Oh, so your child's crew here? Seems like he had no problem fitting in.
We're the only ones who heard him say those words when he left that night. So unless he somehow told you those exact... Oh.
Wow, those dreams of yours sure come...
We gave him the business for a while, and would always give him a hard time when he first came to the fortress of Meripede. But here in the fortress, the strong will always earn He was working the longest hours and racking up wins in the Pancration. You could always see how amazing he was, even when he was teaching us a lesson. So eventually, we all just...
But one day, he suddenly told us that he had to find a way to escape this place, no matter the cost. And as his crew, if the boss wants something, then it's our... So, we got to work and used the hidden rules that were here to make up and spread the rumor about the cannibal rule. We just wanted to give him a better chance of escaping on a night after the pipes had been cleaned.
Oh, thanks to your rumor, nobody would want to come anywhere near here, prisoner or guard. Wow. But has a child already escaped?
Because as far as we know, the pipe he went into isn't actually an exit. It leads to an abandoned factory area, and even if there were a way to escape from there into the sea, we're still way too deep. No one could ever but Boss still insisted on going in, so we told him that we'd pretend as if he never and that if he wanted to come back, he should wait for nighttime on a pipe cleaning day. That way,
So you come and wait here through the night a few times a month just because...
Yeah, but it's been so long now. We already know in our...
Is it also possible that some...
Nothing could ever defeat Boss or slow him down. It's one thing...
Okay. Paimon was just brainstorming...
All right. Keep quiet and follow us.
The way up from here has been sealed off. Boss left by going down from here. It wasn't full of water at the time. Later, we came back hoping to have a look. That it's impossible to navigate unless you're...
Do you think Child got trapped?
Not likely. We all know that Boss was an...
Really? Then have him come investigate. Pronto.
It's getting late. We should leave before the guard...
Yeah, we learned a lot about what happened.
Take it easy.
When you said you knew a diver, you were talking about Fremine, right? If we had... why is Child like this? Fortunately, though, it seems like it's only a matter of time now before we find... Now that we can finally... It's morning already? Oh, Paimon still needs more sleep. Huh? Wait, look over there. It's one of Linny's cards. Let Paimon see what... Maybe you haven't heard, but today is the monthly free day. Everyone has the day off today, which makes it the perfect time to do so. It's been a while since we last talked. Have you been making any progress lately? Ooh, today's our lucky day. We have the day up. From the sound of it, Linny's been making progress with it. We still have some... Look! There are some people talking over there!
If you ask me, those pompous parasites on the surface act like they're all a bunch of aristocrats. Do any of them give half a hoot about a bunch of dogs like us?
Hey, speak for yourself!
Oh, you think you're special or something? If you're here, then you're just a convict like the rest of us. I've heard that even if you're released after serving your sentence, going back to life on the surface ain't any better. Once a criminal...
I don't...
Hey, how cool would it be if the whole world was destroyed by a giant flood and everyone had to...
What kind of filthy bilge water you spewing? I have family up there. You best shut your... Listen, things ain't so great on the surface, but who says that you have to leave? I've heard that you can still stay here and work even after you've served your... Who wants to live in the ruddy over...
And what makes you think they want to hire someone like you? It's one of the great mysteries of the universe, how someone as useless as...
Whoa. Sounds like they're really... Speaking of which, Paimon never heard anyone use the words overworld or underworld when we were living up there. Is it only something that's true?
Anyway.
Wish I could...
There's a group of people over there.
So I said, that's not a faucet. Hey,
Sorry for eavesdropping. Sounds like you were talking...
What's the matter? They're just looking to join in.
Hey, don't pretend like it's okay for them to just interrupt us like that. Yeah, fine.
You hear that?
Your expressions tell me you're looking to hear some juicy info, am I right?
Really?
You're kidding. How often does anyone get a personal tour led by His Grace himself? Practically everyone was talking about it.
A little mistake, huh?
I'm Quisto, and this is Lavaroom. People usually call us the Bombshell Bros, but don't worry. We're not playing with bombs or anything. It's just that our information is always so explosive, and...
So, you two really like...
No. You don't get it. Knowing intelligence will make things better for you here. For example, knowing who's working with whom, who has the latest rumors, who's not getting along. Wouldn't you like to know all that? Whoa, all this info's worth something, you know?
I don't mind him. Quisto's always this way. Just flip the welfare meals. Talk about the welfare meals.
Right. That meal we had yesterday was super...
Is that so? To tell you the truth, I've been helping out with making those welfare meals. I've been working as a kitchen assistant for about a month.
Oh, so you're the one who made those delicious...
You are correct. I am a true professional. Since you like my cooking, I guess that means we share similar tastes. Listen, kids. The power structure within the fortress is quite complicated. The overworlders couldn't care less about us down here. We're basically Doc. You've already met the one person here he should never cross, the Duke, Risley. He knows more than you think. And if he doesn't care about something, then he...
Those who have the Duke's attention get all kinds of special perks. Even better treatment.
I know who you mean. It's that Jurier character, right? I don't think there's anything useful about him at all. Why does he visit the infirmary practically every day? Is it normal for anyone to be going in and out of there so often? If you ask...
But did you know?
I don't care if he was a researcher that could turn dirt into Mora. Once you're in the fortress of Meripede, you're just another inmate like everybody else. Speaking of which, the last time I saw him, he was passing by in the corridor with Lorvine.
You mean he hit a woman?
But that Lorvine's also quite the...
Wait a second.
Do you think it... Could it be that...
After all...
Take it easy.
Hey, you over there. Yeah, you. Say, do you like playing card games? You know, like Genius Invocation TCG?
You TCG players are like mint in the wild, literally sprouting up every...
Hey, come on now. What's wrong with finding fellow Invocation aficionados? Anyway, care to join? All right.
But why would you be looking for people to play Genius Invocation in a place like this?
Whether you're throwing down cards or throwing punches, it's all a competition, isn't it? It's all that there are lots of card players here in the fortress. When I saw you, I immediately thought, hey, even outsiders from other nations play cards. so I came over to say hi. Sure.
Great! Since you've been here longer than us, you need to flex your seniority a little bit, right? Maybe you could...
I thought you would have already heard everything by now. All right, then. Did you have anything specific in mind? Or do you want me to just...
Why don't you pick?
All right. Have you heard any strange rumor? Then, did you know that there are some people... Yes, you've already met those two. They're quite a pair. They always keep an eye out for the latest happenings and gossip about everything. I've never seen anyone with more time on their hands. I heard that they used to be a chef and a bartender before they were sent down here. You know how bartenders are, always chatting with customers.
Good to know.
Let me think. Oh, did you know that the Duke was also a convict in the fortress of Meripede before?
Huh?
That's right. The Duke was an inmate just like you and me. Seems he was exiled here for committing some crime. Who knows how he ended up rising up to become to go from an ordinary inmate to becoming the manager of the whole place? I'm not gonna lie, I kinda respect that. A forbidden zone? Sounds like something that someone just made up. I've never heard of that. Where did you hear it?
It's just a rumor we've been hearing, but no worries if you've never heard of it.
Anything else? Not that I can...
Okay, we've talked to just about everyone, and it's about time for us to go meet Linny. According to the card he left us, we should go meet him in the production.
Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Huh? That look in your eyes. You found...
Hey, this is no time to be modest. Just tell him we found...
Oh, as expected of the legendary duo, you have my full and I'd have never guessed that myself. The rumors swirling about this place are unreliable after all, and Master Child probably went missing because he found a way out. He is a harbinger after all. I suppose he's much more resourceful than I initially gave him credit. Unfortunately, this isn't enough for our final report to Father. We need to find out Master Child. Father told me that even though Master Child said he was just coming to Fontaine for a vacation, he actually had some personal reasons. His agenda might be linked to...
His escape route is already flooded, so we'll have to task someone with...
Well, when you put it that way, it's obvious that only Fremine would...
Bingo!
He's working today. Coming here as a group would have attracted too much attention. I'll talk to him about it later. It's the least I can do. Honestly, I'm far more impressed by you guys managing to collect all this information right under Risley's watchful eye.
Collecting information.
Now, let me think. To find out more information, Fremine will have to and if he's to do that, he'll have to set out on the next pipe cleaning day at the earliest. That's 6 days from now. And after...
You can even estimate how long it...
We've been working together for a long time. We know a traveler. What say you to meeting here 9 days from now? Oh, and there's just one though we can just sit back and wait for Fremine's report on Master Child's whereabouts. Fremine's no master of disguise. Lynette's still working on getting intel from the other areas, and I'll need to spend some time helping Fremine prepare for his diving mission.
What do you want us to do?
Well, I won't call it easy per se. Listen carefully. You'll need to find an excuse to get into the infirmary and investigate the room. You've mentioned several sketchy-looking people always meeting at the infirmary earlier, so it probably has something to do with the secret we're hoping to uncover. Investigate the internal structure of the infirmary and any active dealings within, and pass those on to me alongside anything. But also, there's no need to take risks. Don't forget. My apologies.
But that's not a bad thing, right? All right.
Let's go our separate...
Hey, stay here for now. Paimon will take a peek. There seem to be several people inside.
It's not impossible.
It's a bit hard to understand them from here. So, why don't we... Oh... Someone, please help!
Whoa, are you okay?
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before you begin. The traveler started complaining of a stomachache, and then nausea, and then collapsed onto the freezing limbs, twitching. Let me take a look. Please, Don't worry, I'll get you to the bed safely. Here, hold on to my shoulder and walk slowly. You can do it, traveler! Don't apologize. You're sick after all. Now, please relax. I'm just going to do a preliminary checkup on you. My checkup has confirmed that she's not in any mortal danger. Eh? Oh, that... I'll continue my diagnosis of the patient now. Please. Don't sense serious damage to your organs either. And here? Huh? But based on my initial checkup, there shouldn't be a problem here. What about here? Does this hurt? Oh. I think you just ate something that disagreed with you. That's all. Nothing too serious. Outside of a pretty bad stomachache. So that's what it is. And there have been other inmates complaining about the food recently. I'll inform her. Congratulations! The health risk is incredibly low, so you should recover within a couple days. Why don't you take a rest here while Miss Levine, I'll have to trouble you to...
Very well.
And she hopped away just...
Hello. So how are you feeling now?
Her stomach aches really bad. She was stumbling about...
If Miss Sijuin says it's not a serious problem, then there's no need to worry. She's the best medic...
But it also
well... What do you mean that's true? That's really misrepresenting the situation. Of course, though they may have committed crimes and gotten locked up here as a result, they still know a thing or two about medicine, and they help Miss Sijuin take care of...
Yeah, you're right. But did you have to lecture me about it in front of another patient? Aren't you a patient too?
That's correct.
Are you two...
We've been sick a while. I come back every once in a while for checkups, and to pick up the medicines Miss Sijuin prescribes for us. That's just... You could say she fancies herself as Miss Sijuin's capable help.
Please watch your mouth, Mr. Jurier. Don't forget that...
Hey, don't start arguing now! Please, keep... Hey! There's no need to...
Release. It's way too early for us to even think about that. And who the heck knows if we'd even be able to...
Please allow me to end this boring and useless conversation.
And same to you, Miss Lorvine. Anyway, that was more than enough rest for me, so I'm going to get out of this except...
He just slowly walked off? Like that?
I'm sorry you had to see all of that. I'm Lorvine, and that's...
You real...
I mean, I'll accompany you two for a while. No.
I'm back! Did you rest like you promised?
Thank you for getting our med...
Did you all cooperate with your bed rest? I trust that nobody got up to walk around. Good. Here, this should be 2 days' worth of medicine for you. Miss Levine, I left in a bit of a... Yellow, huh?
All right, then I'll also be on my way now. I hope you feel better soon too.
See ya! I'm going to fill out your medical record now. You're widely known as the Traveler, right? I just want to double check. Those two made quite the commotion just now, so why don't we let the Traveler rest? So her primary symptoms are abdominal pain. All right then. Is there anything we should know besides... No, her base constitution is quite good. So I'm sure she'll recover quite quickly after taking the medicine. Please, got it. Pop. Oh, you're going to take a nap already? We've been to lots of places together. She may look a bit under the weather now, but she's a... So you're the best of companions. Ah, you're awake. How do you feel? You slept for a really... Well, now you can go back without a worry in the world. Remember... Thank you, Miss Sijuin! really are something. To be able to fall asleep like that and even sleep talk the entire time, you scared Paimon. No, but you kept mumbling things along the lines of, Paimon, don't take my grilled fish, and Paimon talked with Sigewinne the entire time you were asleep. She seems like she's just a sincere nurse, and Paimon didn't notice anything unusual in the room. Whoa, you really are super thorough. All those... Today's the day! Let's go meet up with Lenny! Oh!
Hmm? Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
No, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule.
That's good. That means you didn't raise... We've taken a look at the slip you've sent. Fremine successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago. And as of last night, Lynette has also infiltrated the infirmary after faking an illness.
Wait, why is she getting a...
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, even if we were to view that as something you did in exchange for Fremine's help, you've already done more than enough. Infiltrating a guarded stronghold is a different kind of job from a one-off investigation. We want to avoid using the same faces over and over and reduce the amount of suspicion that will fall on any given person. Lynette also felt like you have already taken the first step for us, so she should be the one to finish the job.
So that's what Lynette thinks. Oh, Paimon hopes everything...
Perhaps that's true. You are both very good people, and we've come to appreciate that more than anyone else. Unfortunately, there's still one thing that could get between us, lest you've forgotten. The matter of our... You've mentioned before that you've had some run-ins with the Fatui. I can understand that feeling, so I assume...
Well, everyone could use some more friends. We'll be...
Since I see you as friends, then it's even more important for us to protect you from any peril. Fremine and Lynette feel glad to hear it. Then, let's go check on Lynette before Fremine returns. If everything went well...
Is now really a good...
According to my observations, Sigewinne always spends around half an hour away from the infirmary right before lunch. Lynette knows this as well, so this should be a good time to meet up with her. Also, I'm her brother, remember? It's only natural for...
Okay, then let's...
Take it easy.
Lynette should be here right now. Huh. Strange.
As expected, Sigewinne isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. We agreed that if she were to make changes on the fly, she'd find a way to let me... Unless...
Let's see if there are any clues around here.
Okay.
There are some books here, and these sure are some interesting books. She even has books.
None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in.
That's the one Lynette must have used, right?
She would have said her migraine was having a particularly bad flare-up, which means
Time to go.
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been disguised that well. The space behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. Could Lynette have tried to get inside? But if... Let's look around here for some more clues.
Hey, you guys, there's a slip of paper over here.
A slip of paper?
It's right over here, and there's a bunch written on it too. It reads, out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or card as the medium to pass on my message. You may consider this...
This is...
Is that all? The back.
Show me! Now!
That look on your face. Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right... No. Could she have...
Wriothesley. Did he deliberately leave the infirm...
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But why? We didn't run into any trouble last time, and he...
Yes, that is a crucial question. Wriothesley, he doesn't do anything without a clear goal or reason. So this means he had no concerns about your activities from the... You're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulet, so you have no conflict of interest with Wriothesley. We're a completely different story, though. I'd like to know that, too. Why did he only go out... Don't panic. Just think everything over. I have to stay calm. This is not like what happened last... Wait, you're right. The fact that Fremine was able to leave the grounds... Could Wriothesley have let him go as well?
But what does he gain by letting Fremine leave like that?
So he's challenging me and trying to provoke me, I'm sure. We never should have sent out Fremine. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guards and into the pipe, and we even thought luck was on our... If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's probably in a terrible spot.
Lenny's getting more and more panicked. We have to... Don't be like this, Lenny. Fremine wouldn't have left if we hadn't told you about Chop...
No. I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible for this team.
Hey, don't be reckless! Traveler, please...
I simply cannot allow Lynette to... I have to go. I'll find a way...
He's rushed out the door! After him!
Right. I feel like we still have some room to make changes on these details.
It's not impossible, but it'll require extensive testing.
Is that so? Huh?
Is someone?
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in once we stop talking. Someone! Please help!
Whoa, are you okay?
These two. What a delightful turn of events. I like smart people, but I also like playing dumb. Oh my! What's wrong, little one?
Okay.
Being able to read human expressions is quite the useful skill. Wait! Wait! It's no use. We have to catch up to him. He's already out of sight. How is he so fast? Let's go head him off at Wriothesley's office.
Come out and face me, Wriothesley!
Aren't we at an administrative office space?
Why don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules from the fortress's indoor management reg—
What did you do to my
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some teas in my collection that can work wonders against such an illness.
Stop joking around! Where did you take my
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next second from another place altogether. Maybe she'll appear behind you right now if—
Is he trying to trick me into turning my head? No. He's probably not looking to attack me right now. All of the You knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start. So you deliberately aroused the Traveler's suspicions and baited us into continuing our investigation, just so that you'd be able to— As for Fremine, no. You probably didn't even interfere with Child's escape. You let him go, so you could purge the Fatui members that we had planted into your ranks.
There was no need to do so. The Fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas. It was quite easy to identify your colleagues.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fremine has also fallen into your hands, right? If you're oh so omnipotent and so in control, why would you—
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine is not.
He's not. What do you really—
Lenny!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much. Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's finest tea. Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fremine should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates, nor has he been taken into any kind of custody. So, where do you think he may be right now?
Wait. You locked him outside?
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world. That's all.
Fremine's a star diver, so—
No, we're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us. So we can't—
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Linney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating. Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede, regardless of whether it was in a personal or a professional capacity.
So, you've been keeping tabs on us before we even set foot in the fortress.
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. In any case, I will be straight with you. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone, all of that changed. Mr. Linney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fremine is still slowly being pickled out there in the brine. You know just as well as I that you need do but one thing to guarantee their safety. I would like you to contact your superior, and ideally invite her over for a cup—
You want to see Father? But why should she bother giving you an—
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me for a parents' evening. I've heard that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family. I don't see—
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meripede? This place is basically a no-man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as important as a harbinger like Father to come here in person.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her. Both Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina have already received—
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't—
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no— Mr. Linney, you have one last chance to invite your father—
Lenny!
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? From the very beginning, the Fatui has been actively infiltrating my fortress. I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason. Mr. Fremenet left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me. No matter how you look at it, the response...
I shouldn't ask...
6.
Wait,
2. Time's up.
Risley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, listen to the Traveler. If you can't talk to Lenny, can you...
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping him out, and I've already done my best to stay out of your way. But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still has its own... Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me a thing or two? I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of... Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row?
I've been told that the infirmary... The Fonta promoter has been... We often see Miss Siege... According to Collins, the research note said that... According to Collins, the pancreation... Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial... The Fonta promoter has been struggling. We often see Miss Siege... The research note said... Fonta's internal report... I've been told that the infirm... According to Collins... We often see Miss Siege...
Going on. Paimon understands it now. The hidden rule of the production zone. People are not supposed to work 3 days in a row, and if they do, they'll get strange meat in their welfare meal. At first, we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared. But in reality, she often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who has worn themselves out after 3 full days of work. Out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health, Sigewinne visits the cafeteria right before lunch and cooks. Sigewinne has only the best intentions with her surprise gift and doesn't want any... Unfortunately, Melusines as a race perceive the world differently from humans, and their sense of us, the recipients of her lovingly prepared special... Are we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered Sigewinne's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well. It's nice to know that her efforts have not gone... All right, now for my next... There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration Ring, including the one that you're...
According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company... The research note said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently. The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. We often see Miss Sigewinne observing the prisoners at work. Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before... The Fonta promoter has been... I've been told that the I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just... The research note said that the... We often see Miss Siege... Fonta's internal reports... We often see Miss Siege... The Fonta promoter has been...
Paimon gets this rule too now. So there really was nothing to be. That hidden rule of the Pancration Ring is about how, people are not supposed to bet on both boxers at the same time. And if they do, they'll receive people get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with, but really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named and packaged a blood-red drink. The company, facing backlash from its own staff, decided to try to trial the product on a smaller scale. They came to the fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the Pancration tournament so they could push their new product. The Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother buying a... And so...
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth. Although, based on your description, that Fanta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collaboration with the... All right, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of you'll pay for this.
Lenny, are you alright?
Oh, close one. I owe you, Sigewinne. That was a fantastic shot.
It was nothing, Your Grace. Sigewinne? Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully functional, as I just demonstrated.
Sigewinne... You...
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it is my... When Monsieur Nervilette asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of everyone here. But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Linny someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he a resident here just like... But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervilette told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to protect them. Had I not, they would be in far more... His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace?
My dear Sigewinne, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute or two?
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace. I figured I should try to talk... What are you talking about? What time?
Take me if you want.
How touching. Can you just give me one more minute?
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. 2 more visitors. I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sigewinne, I leave Miss Lynette in your...
You...
I believe I hear footsteps.
Some space, please.
Ah, Miss Clorinde.
Freminet...
What's going on? What is Clorinde doing here?
Work.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linny. The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off soon. Please take...
What happened to Freminet? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like...
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse.
What?
Please, make some space. I'll need to give Mr. Freminet a more thorough checkup. Your Grace...
I'll talk to Clorinde while you get Freminet to where he needs to be. Everything else can wait.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of... Of course, it would be best if he stayed for further observation. Let's leave him here for now. Sorry. I am...
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater after leaving?
Please, look after Mr. Freminet for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator. Oh, I'll bring...
Where is she?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are correct...
What's that look on your face? I thought I made good time.
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Sijuin may have been forced to shoot Mr. Linney again. How's the situation out there?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. The concentration of primordial seawater has increased. I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount of time...
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to swim back.
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved two.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons. Never seemed...
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the...
It's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Neuvillette. Want some tea?
Not particularly. If you want to drink some that bad...
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup too, since I've already...
Might as well then, I suppose.
Linny, are you okay?
I'll be fine.
Are you sure?
My hands and feet are still a bit weak, but...
I'm back, everyone.
Lenny! Oh. Remine?
He'll be fine. But...
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the...
Yeah, I'll take him from this...
On it.
Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him. Want to come... The Duke and Clarande are gone. They probably went to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit. Miss...
Take it easy.
He's awake.
We're all here.
The infirmary at the Fortress of Meripede, Mr. How do you feel?
Travel. The sea. There's something wrong with the seawater.
Shh, it's okay. We can talk about it.
No, listen to me. This is really serious. There's primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. I don't know why it's there, but no one should touch it. Pipes. Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now. I'm in. Where could Master Child be? This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it? Yeah. It's getting stuck on something. Seems like I'll have to avoid those obstacles while I turn it. Frost is coming! This is where the water starts. Master Child probably died. The vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them, and recently. There are traces here too. I need to keep going. Huh? The traces are gone. But I don't see where he could have gone from here. Wait. What the... My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What? No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it. I can't die here. I have to push on.
So, in other words, the trail you were following...
That's right. I tried my best to swim back, but I had already put some distance between myself and the fortress, and
Miss Clarande brought you back, but we also don't know why she just suddenly appeared.
Miss Clarande, you say?
You're still too weak for Monet. Miss Lynette is right. I believe Miss Clarande will stay here.
A guest? Then I can assume...
You should ask His Grace about that. Yeah, it's about time he actually told us what's going on. Wanna come with us, Linny?
No, please go on without me.
Linny.
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself...
In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
I take it Mr. Fremenet's condition?
Of course. I wouldn't have let...
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Siegewin?
I wanted to check up on Miss Cl...
Mostly fine, I think.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick...
All right. Thank you.
Well, want to explain...
Of course, but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. How about, where should I begin? How about you start by asking me any questions you have? You can start with whichever one you'd like to...
Then Paimon will begin. Did you know about Lenny's goals?
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goals, I only figured those out as you made progress on your investigation.
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know what they were trying to...
They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior signals. Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance. Linny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape, but in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, he did on his own. Of course, it's inevitable that the Knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbingers. I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went. So I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work. All I care about is the answer.
So you were hoping Lenny's group would just do your work?
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremenet has told you already the ratio of primordial seawater around the fortress of Merip. The Forbidden Zone has always been Lenny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety, and also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome...
Are the rumors true?
Now, why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another form of prison? I just happen to have some support from the rest of the inmates. That's all.
Oh, right.
Me, of course. I paid her good mora to come down to the fortress for some field work. As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me get through the...
And saving Fremenet?
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. Had conditions not been as hostile as they were, he probably would have found the missing Harbinger already. That's not something you should be asking after. Neuvillette, all I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance. That should be clear now that you've spoken to Fremenet.
But we've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary, and we've answered a bunch of questions that you threw at us. Isn't it?
You make a compelling case. Do you...
Yeah, Paimon really...
Even if the truth may not be pleasant, follow me.
Door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding stuff, right?
It seems you've forgotten just what kind of place the Stand on the...
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa! So, this is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well hidden, Paimon, what a huge door!
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed to go inside. Hence the name. Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little Fatui...
Well, Paimon wasn't thinking of keeping any...
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole truth of this place for yourself before deciding whether or not to...
Huh. So there's a switch...
Stand back.
Whoa! They all just went up one by...
Go on. I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky and negligent to simply ignore any The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place. But over the past year, the needle has crept upwards from its original position. Likely because normally I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Any guesses what the very reasonable guesses? I've considered both of those as well. Unfortunately, the temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, the water pressure is more likely. We ran later on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a potential connection with the primordial sea. Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Fremine displayed after leaving the fortress, I can now confidently conclude—
The concentration of...
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and now we're surrounded by toxic seawater. Somehow, primordial seawater got mixed in— Yes.
But forget about the two of us. Not even Neuvillette knows where the primordial sea could be. Oh.
Seems like you've figured it out. I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate. For some reason, the primordial seawater levels the indicators are now red. Although the gates— If this continues, soon it will no longer be able to hold back the primordial sea at all. Yeah, you know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddle.
But that's just too weird! Why would the Fortress of Meripede be built right above a sluice gate for the primordial—
Your expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy. It's just that the secret of the Forbidden Zone had been long forgotten by the nation before I rediscovered it with my— There's no single founder of the Fortress of Meripede in any traditional sense. What we know about its history has been left when the previous Hydro Archon, Egeria, ruled the land. All convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The people drove the criminals away like a wolf pack. The criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people. They were exiled to the death. Some of them began to repent and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon took pity, and so, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, they gathered underneath the sea and began to build a fortress. They became a community down there in the deeps, and over the years, as the number of exiles increased, more and more people joined the community. When the first group of exiles died, the Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to continue growing. And with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. They saw themselves as repenting sinners who would regain their freedom once. But as time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had gotten used to life, once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away with the— After many, many centuries, few people still remember the reason for the fortress's founding. Now they just see it as now and again, researchers manage to break one law or another and live out their days in the fortress. I learned—
But now you know every part of that history.
Indeed. It's just as the prophecy says. To be frank, not really. But sadly, that hasn't stopped this prophecy from— Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it will bring about the second, and let's go somewhere else. This is it.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from our—
Wait, Jurier, he's not—
Huh?
No need to panic, you two. I've already told them about our—
What? After you warned us not to tell a single soul about—
I'm skeptical as well.
The results speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
All right then, if Your Grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
How about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under— Good. Save Edwin's main areas of research were archaeum and gravimeters. As his—
You want to blow up—
What a lovely idea. I'm already imagining—
Gotta admit,
Guys, focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my technical consultants. While Jurier used to be Edwin's assistant,
Ooh, are they together?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a convenient cover?
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Jeez, forget I said anything. Follow me.
Whoa, there's another door that goes right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
But Paimon really thinks everything's super cool.
Well, let's spice it up a bit. And here you go.
What a huge ship! This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen before. What's going?
How much do you know about Fontaine? Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria. To give you a quick rundown, Fontaine used to be ruled by the Lemurian dynasty. According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who had taken on the form of a golden bee. Taking the golden bee with him and riding on a huge ship, the Fortuna, he created his nation above the surging waves. He called his nation Lemuria and used the Fortuna to incessantly search for new tribes and islands.
There's a ship in this story.
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of it.
Do you believe that?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and technology at my disposal. Certainly can't hurt to give it a try. So the moment I began to speculate that the primordial sea might lie underneath the gate...
Were you inspired by the legend?
Maybe. Fontainians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster. Were the workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress faster than any catastrophe. As the fortress's administrator, I'd never make such a reckless call. All right, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3 cups of tea to soothe my throat. Seems like you're good. I'll leave you here for now.
Oh,
No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw. What you do from here on out will likely affect those 3 as well.
Yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Great.
Take it easy.
We're back!
Welcome back.
How can you be so much like Risley?
Huh. Actually, now that while I was sedated, I could still barely hear 2 people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves to the water.
Must have been Risley and Siege.
Yeah, I heard 1 male voice and 1 female, so...
I really can't make...
So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to learn any...
Yeah, he explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations? Yeah, I took the time to...
Nobody else is around, and Miss Sigewin is also busy with something or...
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3 questions. Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea. My theory is
Whoa,
That's our Lenny.
Secondly, Risley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us. I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first because he was hoping we could find what's more. The Fortress of Meripede is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Iudex Nervulet. Risley is basically the king of a no-man's. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the 2 factions are pitted against each other, Risley will be free to move between the parties of interest. If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but I just can't think of what...
You're super...
Thanks so much. If Risley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. That can't be the full extent of what he's doing. There's probably a secret passageway behind the block in the infirmary, and there's something big in the fortress that most people here never get to see. He has a bargaining chip, and it could be important enough for Father to deal with him directly. I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what his chip might be.
The sea will engulf everyone.
Could Risley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal? If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she truly wants to resolve the crisis.
Or perhaps he didn't know, and just wanted to bring Father over to his side? Which could be why he said he'd just...
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. The two of you have already aided us far too much. We probably would... If you ever need anything else going forward, please... Though you may not share the sentiment, after all that we've gone through together, the three of us basically see you as family.
You have my
Thank you for protecting Linny when it really mattered. And thank you for sharing the secrets of the fortress with us.
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden? Paimon's hungry.
Oh,
Alright, then we'll catch you guys in...
Follow the wind.
It's time for dinner. Welfare meals now be... Come on, let's go pick up ours as well. Traveler and Paimon, over here. Are you here for dinner? And I'm taking the opportunity to prepare Miss Clarissa. Huh. You're right. What would you like to eat? Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like. Me too. No problem. So delicious. I'm so happy. Feeling full yet? How's the delicious? I'm so glad to see you all so happy. Oh, Sigeween, do you do this to... A bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melazine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want to take good care of you. You're really good. Really? Oh, and what did... Oh, that. I just asked his group. Thankfully, Glorand is very strong. Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. They were instructed to only open the... Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linny as well. You were all super It's just what we do. Oh. Get a good night's rest, you...
Take it easy.
I'm super sleepy. Delicious.
Out of my way! Get what happened? Why is no idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
Who's he?
Take it easy.
What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
Hey, what? What's wrong with these people?
They're here! Yeah, there you are!
Oh, thank goodness!
Quisto and Laveroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong just now. Laveroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully completed. Yet you only find out once you do a head count that 1 or 2 people are—
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up?
Hey,
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us. Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible.
Oh no, it can't be that thing!
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey, what?
We have to go find the Duke! You two just go and get out! Go on without us!
Hey, hey! Be careful!
Attention! Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
They're here.
Just like I said.
What happened?
You're just in time. But be ready to run. Three, 2, 1.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense. The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
Neuvillette? Why are you here?
Traveler, I need you to head to the Farina will soon be meeting with the knave there. You must— Will do. You—
Look, there are a ton of Fatilia.
Are you two the traveler in Paimon? Though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly cordial conversation, unlikely to give rise to violence.
but it would be most...
Oh, so you two are the honored guests, Miss Furry.
Of course, of course. How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave, one of the...
I've already prepared seats for you.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for see this. This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 6...
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Farina and I. I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing.
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. Coming from you, that...
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier.
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry. We know for sure...
Oh, and just...
Because we found evidence that proved he left the fortress...
And where did he go after leaving the
Well?
The fortress of Meripede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have had to swim for it. Do you have it? Ah, that is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. So, do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently at...
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate, it doesn't matter.
Hold on. The water and...
I suppose this is also a sign of things to...
Huh? I don't quite understand what you're trying to...
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day. This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe. This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
All right. Seems like the problem inside has been suppressed.
Let me guess. We're safe.
Indeed.
I win this bet.
Very well. It was indeed just...
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the...
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now?
So what gift must the loser give?
He already has tons of tea in his office.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at...
Well, I'm sure his great...
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be
That was obvious. Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld, correct?
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Mermonia for long.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the...
I must say, Miss Farina, as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say...
What are you trying...
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontanian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is... Yet, here you are, relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Hearth have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have...
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting the wisdom of the...
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts, right? Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the...
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, Fontaine will be saved. Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on as I am, I will be able...
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been working on? Where can we see it and what...
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at the fated time. It is just that beings like yourselves are unable to perceive them as of yet.
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential? Such as your emergency response plan for the impending disaster? Oh, that look in your eyes. Have you not even prepared one of those?
The emergency response plan is also strictly...
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal? And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over...
The Oratrice? It's just like it...
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Farina. I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of... But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on? Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Neuvillette is not at the tea party with us today. Miss Farina, I suppose you must have ordered him away to take care...
Yeah, yes, that's it.
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Farina, you seem quite insecure without the Udex by your side. Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left. Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Those who work hard. You too.
Thank you. Oh, Paimon super...
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Farina's table. It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day? There are still a few...
Very well.
Mind seeing me off, Traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss Child before I must be on...
Paimon's coming...
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, Child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
That's what Paimon thought.
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude. Do I look like an irresponsible father to you? The House of the Hearth is very important to me. You should know that I care deeply about my children. That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal setting. I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are still there.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them.
You mean Ridesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Linny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others. By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle... You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meripede.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble? Forget it. He did give us... I will be meeting someone...
Do you require help with any
No need. I need to meet with Farina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating...
Oh? Come over here, you little critter, you! You dare to run from me?
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Farina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, it's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon. In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse. The fear in her pupils is genuine, so perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Farina dares not mention this incident to anyone. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Farina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that she could not sleep that night. There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. Perhaps Iudex Neuvillette is actually the genuine article. I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have—
Yes, Father.
My dear children.
News from the fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contact—
Probably the handiwork of— I'm afraid this is a good opportunity. The value of a Harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine authorities. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet— Oh, and I have an—
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as the initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the— You should know the rest. Lenny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything.
You attacked—
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina herself is still pretending that nothing— I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Iudex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon, but now, that doesn't seem right to me either. I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Iudex Neuvillette or Farina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon. Of course, that is all just how I feel. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface. Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday. He certainly returned quickly.
Nevertheless,
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that soon... Thank you for protecting Farina. To put it simply, I used my power to force back the Primordial Sea and reseal the... So as expected, the Knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure as to her motives. Permission granted.
whoa. It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right? You can't tell us? Then that's okay. We can talk about something else. We won't try to force you. You guys in Fontaine are super strange.
If by the phrase, you guys, you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics. I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Huh?
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking? The dragon of... Huh?
Please do not. My apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the dragon sovereign of water, right? Well, if you don't want to confirm or deny...
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this...
right. There's still something...
Please, go...
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and you were able to force back the... Then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to...
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
There are 7 elemental Archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to...
Oh, so...
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient...
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meropide? We'll see you another time.
Take care.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Now guess.
Well, well, look who it is.
Traveler, Pipe.
Looks like you're recovering nice.
Oh, right.
Whoa, how did she...
She told me that...
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out. We went back to the
You meant father?
She said a few things that were, a bit hard to understand.
Her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those she considers close.
Father is very capable.
Oh, Paimon just remembered that she thought Lenny was a bit too proud as well. She said that you...
That does sound...
Hey!
Are you going to stay here for the next...
Looks like it, yeah?
Excellent.
For real? Then
Another implies, well, next time.
Traveler, Paimon, are you still doing all right? We're fine, but what...
A few people sustained superficial injuries, but that's about the extent of the damage. Monsieur Nervulette paid us a visit. It was... Oh, of course.
How did Nervulette know?
Monsieur Nervulette has strong resonance with the hydro element. When the water level rises, he can feel the weight. I ran into the bombshell bros while bandaging the injuries of the wounded. They were mumbling the whole time about if you're not too pressed for time, please just let me know if you get a craving for any particular dish, so I can have Mr. Walsey get your meals prepared. I'd like to take the...
Huh?
You guys are back?
You guys didn't get caught and thrown...
Huh?
And here I thought you'd managed to escape from jail during all the commotion.
We're so...
All right. There's no need to get caught up in the details. We're just relieved to see you.
Hey, it wasn't just...
Something... I was also transferred to work in the kitchen a few days ago. I can still hear Quisto mumbling to the carrot. Whenever he'd say that, I'd tell him I'm sure they're fine.
Hey, there's...
These two... They sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon...
Oh, well, if you say so. I'll be watching.
Jurier,
Yeah.
that's no excuse for...
Jurier, Lurvine, we're...
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here recently. How have you been?
And you?
Yep.
It can be a bit...
I mean, the infirmary does...
Oh, yeah? Then why are you...
You two really are just using your jump...
Not at all!
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see two inmates come back after making it to the surface?
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing.
We're fine, for the most part. Neuvillette came down and took care of the work.
If that's the case, why don't you just...
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Eudex himself to exchange the courts of Fontaine for a pub. He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sigewinne's gift with him, though.
He sure sounds...
Miss Cloran has left as well. She also...
Where are the gifts?
Neuvillette got the milkshake.
Those are...
Well, it's Neuvillette's own fault for making Sigewinne worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head nurse is still pretty fond of picking... Oh, and I have some...
Are these from...
Nope, they're from yours truly. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term is up.
For real? Then we could stay here for a really long time?
You may access the cafe. Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time.
Take it easy.
We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners, though, so it really doesn't feel the same. Sure feels that way. Huh? How did you know? Hey, that's not true! It's like we've now gone to so many places together and become friends with so many... There are so many bad things in the world, and we're just two people, but we've still been solving problems no matter where we go. You're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only